I want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Qadash. The one is to the elder apostles of Millstone, teacher of the world, and Shalom to the sincere Archeon, inspiration, truth, and sincerity. Shalom. This video, I want to talk about a dream that I had. This is like 2 weeks ago. The Spirit had me to think about it again today, and I was like, maybe I should make a video about it. So here we are. Me recording. The video and the breakdown that one of the brothers gave concerning my dream, and the dream was part of a much bigger dream, but I couldn't really figure out which part came where after I woke up. So I told the dreams that I had in parts, and I wanna speak on one part of the dream in this video. And I was driving somewhere with my with one of the cars, the order picker cars that we use at the job that I currently work at. And I was driving backwards, racing on the highway, making kind of stunts, while I was driving, But the most interesting part concerning the dream was when I arrived at my destination. I was met by 3 people, 3 men, all who had a different meaning in my dream, and the first one that I encountered was elderly Jake, and he seemed somewhat like a beggar of some sort, because what he did, he was kneeling down, before my feet, and he was begging for money on his knees, with his hands up like this, and I told him, "What you doing, man? What you doing? Get up, man! Don't you know that you're an Israelite? Get back on your feet, man! Get back on your feet!" And the brother, he broke down like, I'm not I might look like an Edomite, but through the Spirit, I understand the scriptures according to the truth. I understand the breakdowns that are given by the other apostles of Great Millstone on down. I understand those. And the scripture says, the Spirit bears witness with our spirit that we are children of the Most High. You see, so by looking at these things, I know that I'm an Israelite, and I might look like, an Edomite, but I'm not. I'm an Israelite by blood, because the scriptures explain us that, if we would not hearken to the words of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, that we would be scattered among all these heathen nations, and we would there serve, gods made out of wood and stone. You see, and all these curses came upon us, according to Daniel, the 9th chapter. That had not been done unto Jerusalem, as had been done unto any other nation. You see, so all the curses that Moses spoke about, they were basically, they came to pass, which also means that, we were scattered among all these heathen nations, and eventually, generation upon generation, you're gonna look like, the heathen nations. But as long as your seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, according to your father's seed line, you're an Israelite. It don't matter what you look like. So the brother broke down like, hey, this brother, he ain't no Edomite. He ain't no ordinary, Edomite looking person. So that's why I told the Jake to get up, because I know that he is an Israelite. and he's not, it's messed up to see our people like that, man. It's messed up to see our people, in a circumstance that they have to beg for money or food, man. That's a messed up situation. Because knowing that we are royalty, that we are a nation of kings and priests, it's messed up, man. I told the guy, hey, stand up, man. You're an Israelite, man. Get back on your feet, man. Don't do this, man. And the second person, which also was a man, like I said before, he looked like a Hamite. He looked like a Hamite, but he had a knife, and he was threatening me, but in the dream I actually found out that he is actually from the tribe of Igbo, which makes him an Israelite as well, because Igbo goes back to Hebrew, which Igbo goes back to Ibar as well, which goes back to Hebrew. So there's a relationship between Igbos, and being a Hebrew Israelite. See, so I knew in the dream that he was an Israelite. What did he do? He tried to threaten me with a knife. And I was like, man, who do you think that you are? So I punched the guy. I gave him a punch in the face. And the brother broke that part down. Like, he actually thought that you were an Edomite, a so-called white person, a Caucasian. He thought that he was an Edomite, and he tried to rob you. And that's also something that you're gonna encounter in this truth. You waking up as an Israelite. If you look like the heathen nations, whether it's Moab, you look like a so-called Chinese person, whether you look like a so-called Ammonite, you look like a so-called Japanese person, or you look like a so-called Arabic person, so-called Amalekite, which is these people with Turkish, and so-called, people from, those people that claim to be, the people of the Bible, these people. If you look like these heathen nations, you're gonna encounter people in this truth, that might say, hey, it's only a, so-called black Hebrew Israelite only thing, or they're gonna come at towards your camp and ask you questions like, are you a Hebrew? Are you a Hebrew too? Because that happened to me once. And then I responded to the female like, yes. She was like, no. And the brother who was teaching at the time, he basically explained very simple, like, hey, what happens if a dark-skinned man lays down with a so-called white girl? The child's gonna come out looking, more light than the father. If a so-called Negro lays down with an Edomite, a so-called white person, with a female, the child's gonna come out looking more light, man. So these are the things that you're gonna encounter in the truth. Whether you're from, it don't matter what nation you're gonna be looking like. You're gonna encounter the fact that these people with a certain doctrine mindset. They're gonna look at you like, no, man, you're just an Ammonite or a Moabite or an Edomite or an Ishmaelite. They're gonna look at you from the outward appearance and judge you by that. But we know that also according to the book of Samuel, that the Most High does not look at the outward appearance, but at the inward parts. You see, meaning that he looks at the spirit. The spirit goes back to you being an Israelite, being from the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Then that makes you an Israelite. You see, so you knowing these things, and you hearing me speak those things, that should be confident to you, man, because now you know that you're going to encounter those things, you're going to prepare yourself for it, And the last thing that I want to speak about, because, there were 3 people in the dream, and this is the last one, and the last one was actual Edomite, and a fun fact is, he didn't really do anything, not that I remember, but, the thing that I did is, I punched him straight in the face, on his nose, like, do you know who you are? Do you know what you are? What's going to happen to you? And then I told someone to grab Revelation chapter 13, verse 9 and 10, he that hath an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity should go into captivity. He that killed by the sword, must die by the sword. And that one is just, that one is very easy to understand. Because I told him that he is an Edomite. He was an actual Edomite. Because what's going to happen with the so-called white people upon the earth? They are also the wicked that the Bible speaks of. They have had us in slavery. And they had a very large portion, into the punishment that the Most High put upon our people, man. Like I said, they put us into slavery. They killed the majority of our people. Look at the Qadash, the Native Americans. The prophecy concerning Gad is, Gad, a troop, shall overcome them. And that happened when these, when this cavalry, was taking over the land of America and raped, robbed, and murdered everywhere they came, and destroying our people. The same happened, when Christopher Columbus came to the Americas, and he basically set foot on South America. What did he do? He raped, robbed, and murdered, the country that he set foot on, man. So I told that guy straight up, like, hey, this is what's gonna happen, with your people, man. And that's me speaking as someone that looks like them, But hey, like I said, man, I ain't like those people. And that's something that, for the majority of the people that come to find out that they're Israelites, looking like so-called Negroes, for them it's hard to understand. But the scriptures talk about, how we were scattered among these heathen nations, and that the heritage of Yahawashi is unto him as a speckled bird, which means they come into all kinds of shapes. They're variegated, as the scripture says when you look it up in the Blue Letter Bible. You see. So, in this dream, there were a lot of things going on concerning me, and concerning other brothers that might come fresh into truth, looking like the other nations. You see, because you're going to be the one, that eventually, Lord willing, is gonna preach the word, come in this truth, go into this truth. But you're gonna experience these things on a bigger or minor level than how I might experience these things, man. So Lord willing, by me speaking on my dream, I'm able to teach others, like, hey, these are the things that you're gonna encounter in the truth. Because I heard also stories that there have been Edomite-looking people, that come into the camp and watch, the camps, but eventually they quit because, they might have been Israelites, but, eventually they was like, no, man, I'm an Edomite, man, this is not for me. Meanwhile, we have a couple of Edomite looking brothers in America as well. You know, we have a Turkish looking brother in England. You see, you know, so hey, you know, I don't know what else to speak on, so I think we're gonna close it off. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash, the Barton to the Apostle, great Millstone, true will, and Shalom to the sincere, our campus, British truth and sincerity, Shalom.